Hi guys, this is Book Moocher back. I've been away for a little while, been so busy with work and things, I really don't get a chance to do much reading. Things at work are a bit complicated at the moment and I'm not sure where I want to be or what I want to do regarding work. I'm trying to get my head around it and I'm dealing with personal problems as well, and it's all getting a bit hectic and bringing me down a little bit. So I've managed to find my way back into books, which is kind of helping me take my mind off it, dragging me into another world and all that stuff. So mainly this is an update and just to let you know what I'm doing regarding books and stuff at the moment. I've just finished reading the third House of Night book, Chosen. These little bookmarky things in it are bits that I want to write out, because I'm writing my own novel at the moment and I just want to change them into my own words and use the idea kind of thing. My review for this book is, at the beginning it was annoying me, not really annoying me, but just niggling at me, because I find that they're quite repetitive. They just keep repeating the same things, and the way she writes it, or the way they both write it, because PC and Kristi cast a mother and daughter, the way they keep writing it is so repetitive, using the same words basically through each of the books and just dragging on the storyline. But by the end of the book I was like, boom, okay, I'm ready for the fourth one now. Because I do really like these House of Night books, and for me they are Harry Potter for vampires, so if you haven't read them, blooming read them, because they are good. A lot of people complain about the grammar and stuff. I don't look for that when I'm reading a book. I just look for the storyline, what's happening with the characters' development and all that kind of stuff. And I tell you, by the end of this book there was a lot of stuff that went on. Basically, Zoe was a human that was marked, which is the first book, marked, and turned into a vampire fledgling, and they go to this school called the House of Night, where they eventually progress either into a full-fledged vampire or they die. So I don't want to say too much about the series, but it is really worth a read if you haven't read them. So that's my review on that. It's short but sweet. I have a mini book haul here for you. I went to Asda because I live in the UK, and they have a really good deal on at the moment. They have 3 books for £10, and because I read like YA and all stuff, I bought The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. Now I don't know how to say her surname. I haven't really read the back or anything about this one, but because of everyone's reviews on YouTube, I was like, yeah, I want to read that one. The next one I got, this was basically the third one, because I picked 2 and then you can never find a third one that you really want. And this is Rachel Vincent's My Soul to Save. And the reason why I didn't really want this one is because it's the second book and I really want to read the first one first. So this one's going to be put on hold until I get the first one, and then read the first and then this one. And then the book that I was really excited to see there actually was Divergent, because this is in the UK. Oops. £10 on its own. I don't know whether you can see that. So I was like, £10 on its own, and it's part of a 3 for £10 deal, and it's like basically just come out here. So I was like, yes, I want that. That was the first one I picked up. I've already started reading this one. I'm on page 64, which is about chapter 7. And at at the moment it's about these 5 factions, and this girl called, I can't remember her name, Beatrice, I think, has to pick one of these 5 factions, and it's like whether she's wants to stay with her family or all this other kind of stuff. There's 5 factions anyway, and I think basically it's like a choice of life or death, and it's very dystopian. So it's the first few chapters I was like, this is so different to what I usually read, and I was struggling with it a little bit, and I was like, no, I am going to persevere with it. And now it's just, you know, getting to the interesting part, so that's good. And that kind of leads me on to the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. On Goodreads, I've always wanted to join a book club where you have discussions every month. You know, you all read the same book and you have a discussion on it and say what you liked and disliked about it, what could be improved, what you wouldn't change. And I managed to find one on there. I'm just going to check the name because I'm on Goodreads as well at the moment. If you go on to Goodreads and go to groups, the one that I've joined is called Fantasy and YA Addicted Book Club, and it's really, really good. There's 1,077 members, and you know, people are constantly on it talking and stuff and discussing what books they're reading. Now, the reason what drew me into this book club was they do challenges every month, and it's got me back into reading. So the challenge for July is you have to read 4 books. The first book has to have one letter of July somewhere in the title. So for that one, I've picked Blue Bloods by Melissa De La Cruz, because it's got obviously the L in it and the U. And that's the only reason why I chose that one, and because it's quite a short read, so I figured I could read it quite quickly. That's the reason I chose that one. The second book has to have something red on the cover. So this again is quite a short, easy read. I picked Marley and Me by John Grogan. I've seen the film of this and I love it. I usually insist on reading the book first and then watching the film, but I was too eager to watch it. And my copy, I don't know whether anybody else's has, but it's also got pictures in. So that's my cover with red, and the red bit is this little paw print. This is good because it can be something as simple as that tiny little bit of red. The third book is about a wolf, and I don't think it has to be like a werewolf or anything, it's just a wolf. So the only one I had that had a wolf in was Shiver by Maggie Stefano. I don't know how you say that, Stefano, something like that. So that's my choice for wolf book. And then last but not least, you have to pick a book that's from a different genre to what you usually read. And for that one I picked Prophecy of the Sisters by Michelle Zink. As well as reading those 4, which I've added up to be about 1,400 and something pages for the month, because you have to do it from the 1st to the 31st of July, or however many days are in July. As well as doing that, our book of the month, well, we have 2 book of the months that you can read as well. And our book of the month is Divergent, so that's the one I've started first. And yeah, like I said, it is really good. So be sure to go on Goodreads and check that out. Hopefully I will be back soon, probably in August, telling you about the next challenge and which books I'm reading. So until then, happy reading everybody. Bye!